From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Back at the bar, back at Tommy Max, brought to you by our friends at truckcrashlaw.com. Got a great show lined up for you today. We're going to talk about something that I may not know what they're talking about, but we're going to figure it out. Let's welcome in the panel and say hello to Elysia Stobbe. How are you, my friend? Welcome back.
Thanks. Great to see
We
you.
go back a long ways. Cat's out of the bag, but great to have you on the show. You've been in the mortgage business. You're a Millions mortgage mentor. You're doing a lot of consulting, but how'd you get started in the mortgage industry?
Oh, goodness. I liked houses, and I liked numbers and people, and I thought, oh, this could be fun.
Yeah. You've done it
20 years later.
20 years later.
Yeah.
And you've written books that have been very successful. You've done a great job within the industry.
I'm fortunate.
How about somebody that's looking to enter into that industry? What would you say to them?
Wow, what a fun time, 2023. It's a very exciting time. The people who are going to survive now and thrive, they'll do very well in the future.
Yeah. They say 24 should be even better, right? 23, 24. Good. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
As always, James Lampke's back. Hey, James.
Good, sir.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
What's happening with Robert Half? Anything good?
Just a crazy market we live in.
Yeah. We're talking about, what are we talking about today? The G chats? What'd you call them?
ChatGPT.
Chat, yeah. I'm a bartender, of course. You obviously got to deal with a lot of that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the new hot thing?
It really is, and you know, it's the evolution of artificial intelligence, right? It's the ability to really do anything you want at your fingertips. I mean, you hear these stories coming out of coders using it to write code. I mean, who was it? Ryan Reynolds wrote an entire commercial with ChatGPT. So it gives you the autonomy to really elevate whatever it is kind of content or what you're trying to do in a different way. Yeah. And it's really the future. I mean, AI is really the future of what we have to bring. And I think it's going to elevate not only how we operate as a country, as a business unit, but also, you know, it's going to elevate the education we're going to be giving to the up-and-coming leaders of tomorrow to what's going to affect business in the future. Yeah, that's wild, man. It's going to keep going. Yeah,
keep going over my head is what I'm talking about. All right, let's welcome in Theresa. Hey, girl. How are you? Welcome back from Parenting Bytes, correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell us what you're doing over there.
So I work with children and families who are not, the children who are not meeting developmental milestones.
Okay.
So we get on the floor and work with them to make sure that they are, train the parents and ensure that everybody's on board to make sure that these babies meet those milestones and thrive.
All like motor skill type things, like hitting those kind of hurdles or what?
Motor skills, communication, self-help skills, dressing themselves, feeding themselves, toilet training, you name it.
Oh, wow. That's from soup to nuts.
You have a hard job.
Yeah, no doubt. How long have you been doing that for, Theresa?
Gosh. I've been certified as a behavior analyst for more than 12 years.
Okay.
So I've been doing it, certified for more than 10 years, but I've been doing it for about maybe 12, 13 years.
Okay.
Before that.
Well, how'd you catch the bug for that? How'd you get into that? What made that exciting for you?
I worked in juvenile justice, and it was really frustrating because after putting my heart and soul into these children, then they go back to the same environment and they, commit crimes again, and they end up in the system again, and it just felt like a kick to my gut every time that happened. Right. So I thought maybe I should start. So I started with the school system. Cool. And then I was like, oh, it's not the school, because I blame the schools, right? Yeah. So then I realized it really wasn't, the parents needed to be involved, and they don't know what they don't know. Right. So I thought if I start at birth, maybe I can make a better impact.
Making a difference.
Yes.
That's awesome. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for being here. Oh, yeah. Hey, Jodi, how are you? Welcome back. You're in the physical therapy world. You've been doing that a while? Long time?
Years.
30 years. Wow. How'd you get started?
Went to school, graduated, came down to Jacksonville from the Midwest, and have never left.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Why would we do it? It's the best, right? Right. Well, where's your brick and mortar shop? Are you all online?
I'm private.
Digital? Okay.
So I worked corporate sports medicine for 8 years, and then went on my own, and been going ever since. Okay. 2013, started really working with some NFL guys. So that's pretty much traveling, starting now, working with guys privately throughout the seasons. And
all injuries are terrible, but if you picked one that you like fixing or finding a solution for making better, what would it be?
all of them.
All of them.
Because
well, some you need surgery, right? So you can't fix
so you
those,
do, but you do the best you can. I think like evolution you're talking about, like understanding the body, like understanding it better than what we used to is really important. And what we're taught in school is A plus B equals C, but we're finding out it's really not.
Yeah.
So to get an athlete who's gone and seen different doctors and therapists and tried different treatments to get them and look at them through my lens and being able to progress them and help them and fix them is amazing.
Yeah, I had 2 pretty significant injuries, and PT, you have to rehab. I mean, people that don't rehab, you're like, man, you're killing yourself. You know, at certain injuries, you have to rehab it to make it better.
It's a team sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll do my part, you got to do your part.
Yeah, no question about it. Great to have you on the show, for sure. All right, I got a question for the entire panel here. Just evolution of business. We talked about it a little bit. The chats, the automation. Where do you see it going? Do you like where it's at today? Again, I'll start with you, James. What do you think?
Love where it's at today. It's like when Google came out, right? We went from book knowledge to any knowledge, right? And now the way that technology has evolved,
library cards.
I mean, that's kind of where it's going. But I mean, the way that business has evolved and the way that organizations are having to look at where we're at, where we're going, how we're going to get there, automation, data, things like AI are what's going to drive that. And even as you look at the various businesses we have here, it's going to affect all of us, right? It's going to be able to provide more solutions for you. It's going to be able to provide more counseling for you, the parents of the children you work with, right? Because they're going to be able to get the answers to questions that they don't know instead of just Google and Wikipedia. Now you have a bot that can go out there and actually analyze the data and reproduce something back to you at the hit of enter. Right, it's literally that fast. So it's really going to change how we do things. And then for what you do, I mean, you've wrote many books, right? You know, writer's block is gone, right? Here's my book. Here's what it's about. Here's the synopsis. I need a title. There we go. You know, so it's going to be able to evolve and create solutions like that. And it's really created a tech bubble. I mean, now there's, you know, you've got ChatGPT and OpenAI's running that with Elon Musk and these folks. But as that evolves and moves, now they're creating them. You want a website? Here's my stipulations. It'll build that website for you. So it's really going to change how we operate, and then it's also going to elevate how we educate the kids that are coming up for tomorrow.
Elysia, in the mortgage world, data's like everything, right? So you know where you're at, and you know where your target is and how to attack it or lay off it a little bit or come back, however it works. How do you feel about everything?
I think it's really exciting. I think it's fun, fascinating. There's so many ways you can use it, from data analysis, as you mentioned, to writing code. I mean, it's so much diversification. My only concern would be that we don't lose our critical thinking skills.
Right. Well, I feel like we've lost a little bit of the person-to-person contact. I don't think our generation, but the younger ones, they text. They barely even talk to each other. They're like texting the whole time. Like, why don't you just go say hello? But that's part of it, right? You know, and we got to get past that. But AI could definitely help with behavioral, right? To help with the children and the parents, right? You could do it through AI and virtual, if you will.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Maybe even the metaverse at some point, you know, where that comes into play. I'm just learning about that. But how about you? How do you feel in your line of work? You like where it's going, or?
I do. I really do, because, you know, I keep telling people there are not enough of us doing what we do to go around. I mean, every day I get notices or requests to work with a family, and I'm like, you know, there's so many on waiting lists. Like, there's some families who've been on waiting lists for 2 years.
Wow.
And that's tragic when every moment counts. So it's really important that we're able to do something, and that's actually what I'm working towards right now. You know, being able to provide services virtually, because it is so key, because we can't be everywhere.
Jodi, how about you? Because I mean, I know you have to be hands-on too, but you got to have some communication when you're not directly in front of your client, right?
Right. I think what really shifted the paradigm is the pandemic. And so for a lot of people have to have their continuing education for whatever licensures they have, and who couldn't be face-to-face and you know, live and in person in that respect. So a lot of things went online. So a lot of things continue to go online. So you can research and teach classes and take classes and learn what's out there in all different facets now. I think that's huge. A lot of people are doing training on web.
Absolutely.
So, and working with online clients.
Yeah, I know when the pandemic hit, my wife's business, Board 30, which is a fitness boutique, they went all digital. Like, they just They put all their resources into the website. They rented out all their equipment. It didn't fill the void, but it filled part of it because you couldn't have people in the studio, and that lasted a long time. So hey, more of that is good for me. And you know, as a bartender, it doesn't really matter, but it does matter for all you, and that's all I really care about. So great to have you on the show, okay? Yeah. Until next time. All right, if you want to see these kind of conversations, go check out a ton of them at iwantabuzz.com. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there, and we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.